Brought to you by FandomFest.com. It's the internet's most intellectually stimulating radio program, Nerdosphere, with your hosts, Sam Cornett, Zach Schuler, and Dan Nations. Let's get nerdy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nerdosphere, your one-stop shop for all things geeky, nerdy, and fun, right? Say hi, guys.
What's up, everybody?
Hi, YouTube.
Hi.
My name is Sam Cornett, and I'm the host of Nerdosphere, and this is my buddy Zachary.
And Zachariah.
And then there's Daniel.
Nations.
Yeah, if you don't know who we are the Nerdosphere, and we do this thing once a week, and we try to keep you guys informed on what's going on in the nerdy, geeky community, as well as just be funny and witty and generally informative.
and generally informative.
Am I over explaining this guy?
No, yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're down a guy tonight. We're missing.
Maybe the guy's going down.
Sorry.
We're missing Foggy Windows. Poor guy. Couldn't be here to defend himself.
What's the dude's name in Daredevil? Foggy Nelson.
I'll put a picture of Matt and Foggy Nelson and see if how it looks.
Are you going to use? It was Favreau in the.
Matt Favreau.
Yeah, Favreau's either fat Favreau or thin Favreau. You know.
My wife thinks I look like John Goodman when I wear these from The Big Lebowski. Do I? With the beard?
Kinda.
Yeah.
You took the hair off though, man. You know.
I know. Well, I gotta stay aerodynamic, sir.
Oh man.
Word.
Buying a pilot. What are those jackets? The
aviators.
Yeah.
Bomber jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are aviators. The bomber jacket.
Yeah. I need insert all kinds of homophobic rhetoric here.
Bottom gun. That's the sequel.
I'm gonna go ahead and take these off now. Anybody want to do any Stevie Wonder references before we get started? Been a crazy week, guys. Anything fun happen to you?
Just been getting ready for the Halloween season.
Get picked up by any strangers or drifters or?
I went to a Horseshoe Casino with my wife.
I saw that on Facebook. I saw you post that. How was that?
We attempted to crash a couple school reunions. So I'm like looking up teachers on. I'm looking up teachers from that year. I was like, okay, Mr. So and so.
Yeah.
And, I guess that's like the less creepy concept than the Harold and Maude.
I tell you what, man, casino's a place to go if you want to get some. Because if I was single, a lot of drunk cougars out there. A lot of
crap shit, huh?
Gone to the cougar farm.
They're dressed to the nines, man. They look good.
Right on. Well,
they look good.
It's unfortunate that your penis is in a box.
I like to rock them G-MILFs.
Dick in a box.
G-MILFs. Okay, so I had an interesting week, too.
What happened?
I had Pellizzeri's Pizza for the first time. Pellizzeri, shout out! Pellizzeri's Louisville. They have this deep dish pizza. Are you a fan of deep dish pizza?
I'm a fan of Pellizzeri.
Oh, God, it was so good. But I ended up getting really, really, really drunk. I got really hammered. I know that's a shock. And I was eating it, and I guess I took some to bed with me, and I don't remember any of this. But my wife says she woke up in the middle of the night, and I was laying next to her.
I smell sausage.
I was eating, and she said,
"You're sleep eating?"
She said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I'm eating some pizza." She said, "The deep dish pizza from earlier?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "How did you? Why? What's?" I said, "I had it in my pocket." Evidently, in my
Napoleon, give me some of your tater tots.
In my drunken stupor, I had wrapped a slice of pizza and stuck it in my pocket in case I got hungry.
And you found it when you were in bed. You were like,
and I proceeded to eat it.
Were you sleep eating?
Now that I think about that, that's more sad than it is anything else.
It's a tasty pizza.
Jesus Christ, this is where my life is at now.
Eating pocket pizza.
Just eating pizza. My wife was
at least you didn't eat like the 3-month-old pizza you find down in the couch.
Did you finish the bones and everything?
My wife was like, "This isn't what people do. Like, there's really, you got to be less people."
So sad.
so many problems. I have no idea why.
You never look a gift burger in the mouth.
What's the oldest thing you've ever eaten? And I don't mean the head.
Grape Hughes.
Or do I?
Man, that's a tough one.
Really? Have you never just like found a cheeseburger and been like, "Oh yeah"?
I drank some milk that was way past its.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
You remember Get a Life with Chris Elliott?
Yeah.
The episode, there was an episode that started and he drank from the milk carton and passes out because it's so old.
Oh yeah.
Puts it back in the fridge when he does get up, and at the end of the episode he does it again.
That was a great show. I missed that show.
It was pretty funny.
It was
That's a
pretty
good cabin
funny.
boy right after.
You don't
that.
like Chris Elliott though, right?
That was the show that started with him. He was on a bike.
Little
Yeah.
baby, the
Yeah.
little or Scary Movie 2 with the
Yeah,
little baby
yeah.
hand.
Take my good hand. Take my strong hand. It's terrible song. It's true though. It was
Well,
funny.
then you got him in the
when
abyss.
he's making the mashed potatoes.
Hi, germs. He's got the little baby hand.
You got a little piece of hair. in
And
front
he
of
put
your
in a little
eyes.
hidey hole.
I don't know what this hole is, but I'll lick it.
Well,
That's a line. From
no
the
one
film.
remembers him from the abyss.
No.
Oh yeah,
He's one of the crewmen in the abyss.
Yeah.
He's playing a straight role. And I'm like, that's freaking Chris Elliott. Holy crap.
Well, I watched. Have you seen Wet
I thought he was good in
Wet Hot
something
American
about
Summer?
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper plays the gay guy in that.
Oh yeah.
I there's two roles that I saw him in post. I saw the movies, then he got popular, and then I resaw
You see,
them. That's
this
one.
Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train.
Yeah.
Midnight Meat Train's a great flick.
Because the one that made
That
him.
sounds like a totally
the one
different
that
type
kinda-
of movie, though.
Well, the one that kind of introduced him was Wedding Crashers. So
Yeah.
it was like you saw him in that, and then because he had his haircut real close.
Right.
Yeah, but
Have you ever seen Kitchen Confidential?
no,
It's a
no.
TV
Yeah.
It's based on the book Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain.
Nobody ever wants to say they're riding the Midnight Meat Train.
Choo choo! Yeah, a little
Davy
extra
Jones is
sausage on board. Let me hook up this caboose.
Last stop, my anus.
All right, let's
Remember, that's a place in Jackass. It's
It
it's
is.
a place.
It
You
is.
know that they're doing the sequel or the Johnny Knoxville's playing the grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude, I cannot wait to see
Oh,
that.
awesome.
gosh, it looks so bad.
Bad Grandpa is going to be fantastic.
Can you watch a movie when you're uncomfortable, like, and just sit there and like, oh, I feel so bad for the people. You know, you're like,
Yeah.
what? It's like watching Borat. And you're like, don't
Yeah.
say that.
I enjoy that uncomfortable.
Do you? I do not like that. Yeah, unless I'm the one doing it.
I love when people are uncomfortable around me, which is why I tend to fart a lot in public. Just, have you never done that? It's so
I
liberating.
tell you what I did once.
to just walk by some like hot 16-year-old girls and just tear ass, and they look just disgusted, and you can tell that literally you have changed their view of society.
I was in Myers once.
That fat, sick son of a bitch.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I was in Myers once after a
Old man.
White
You
Castle
were where?
bender.
You were where?
Myers.
There's no S on that.
Oh, whatever.
It's
Okay.
like saying I was at Kroger's.
Listen to this son of a bitch.
I was at Kmart.
Fair enough.
And,
I was at Meyer.
thank you.
After eating a bunch of White Castles
I'm
the
a
night
Josiah Okan.
the night previous, and I just happened, like, I had this awful, like, you know the stuff that makes you gag? Like, that gas, you're like, oh, dear God.
What?
And I just, so it was
I
so,
don't know about that. My
What
face
makes-
smells like roses.
it was so awful that, like, it was going to bother people anyway, so I walked right past these old ladies and just let one go.
Sweet Jesus.
Is that you? Good Lord Almighty!
Time to empty your colostomy bag.
You burned my nose hairs.
And now I feel awful about myself.
She vomits her teeth out.
But I'd do
onto
it
the-
again.
You ever be in a stall and you fart so bad you have to apologize for it, and you're on the shitter, and it's like, I'm so sorry, guys. And you're like,
No shit. We were. Where were we?
You think Kroger?
We were at Kroger.
It was Kroger's.
We were at Kroger in the Highlands, and we'd been drinking the night before. It sounds like we drink a lot. We really don't, but we'd had a bunch of hot wings.
Only on
too.
days that end in
Only
Y.
on days that end in Y. And we were shopping, and I was like, oh God, like this is gonna be bad. Like it was one of those like where your insides are just falling out, and I'm like sweating, and I told my wife and Daniel, I was like, I gotta go to the shitter now. So I'm like running, and I get in there, and there's a dude in the stall. And I sit down, and it sounded in between like a bunch of Indians playing war drums and someone ripping sheets. Like, it was awful,
and then there
dude.
was the water splashing up on my ass.
It was like
Made it worse.
it was like machine gun fire.
Didn't you say so? Like, dear God.
The poor guy sitting next to me, you'll have to bleep this out, but he was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" I was like, I'm sorry. It's like, oh,
dear Lord.
Like he was taking his shit and he couldn't handle it. He was like, that's so disgusting.
This sucks.
I just shit out my liver.
How about a courtesy flush?
Yeah. Okay. So, boy,
should we get into some news? I think we killed Zach.
Did we get a little off topic there, ladies and gentlemen? If you were interested in our bathroom habits,
scatological humor.
Now you have a better idea of what makes us.
Because I'm a scat man.
All right, so let's get into a little news. What do you guys got?
All right,
Garbage man, you start off.
I'll go first.
You still call him Dirty Dan the Garbage Man.
All right,
You should start wearing the uniform.
We should have characters, yeah.
Like some dickies with a
I'll have my Huggy Bear outfit on.
name tag. I like it. I don't know what I would be.
And you would just be Shades.
I would. My future's so bright.
Shades Magruder.
Okay, all right. So go ahead. Sorry to keep
All
interrupting.
right, Will Smith could be back for Independence Day 2. He was initially not interested, but since After Earth flopped...
What? How did that happen?
Fish out of water.
A sequel to Independence Day must seem like a safe bet.
Yeah, well, you know, there's the whole Jada Pinkett thing. I mean,
What about her?
he married that, so I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that in
Is
there.
that a positive or a
Are they all
negative?
Scientologists?
I think so.
Because you know,
They're just
what's her
all-
name? Who's played Kevin James' wife, and
Leah Ramey.
yeah, she's denouncing her Scientology.
She's what?
She's
Denouncing?
denouncing it now. She's getting out of the Church of Scientology.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I would get into is a little Leah Ramey.
Like that.
Come on now, Jesus God Almighty! And on King of Queens when she put on the baby fat,
Oh, you like that, don't you?
honey, I'm sorry, but she is an attractive woman. All right,
Hold on,
continue.
let me see what she looks like with the baby fat. Oh, all right.
I forget we have this modern technology. What are you going to do for the pooping stories?
Just wait.
Soft serve?
Jesus
Two
Christ.
guys in a cup.
No, not Jesus Christ. I even did the...
Roland Emmerich talks Stargate trilogy reboot.
Yay! What?
He said it was originally intended as a trilogy, but too much time has passed to use the same actors, so they want to do, it sounds like a sequel, but then it'll be for a new trilogy.
Can we have James Spader and Kurt Russell still in it?
I know, it's like if you're going to do a sequel, yeah, at least have them in it, and
Yeah.
then do a reboot, whatever. J.K. Rowling is reportedly 75% done
Stop,
with an
read it slower.
Harry Potter novel.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now, are you it's okay, it's a happiness.
Oh, wait, you're happy?
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a
Dude, I'm
bitch.
such a freaking huge
Some
Harry Potter fan.
people are saying, like, did the money run out? Here's what happened.
Hell no, it didn't run out. The ABC
It-
Family's been playing a
It would take
marathon of it.
forever for the money to run
Yeah.
out. Here's what happened.
Petrificus retardus.
Rowling is said to be disappointed to the reaction of her adult novel, The Casual
Oh, yeah,
Vacancy.
yeah.
Everybody hated it. Her younger readers didn't
It was
get
called
it.
The Casual Vacancy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an adult. Yeah.
Sounds
It's
like
a-
a term for a vagina.
It's
Sorry. That's the first thing that I thought of.
it's an adult book.
Clamshell.
It has the word in it
Once?
and,
One time?
more than once, but apparently it seems forced from people that have read it.
I bet it
Anyway, she was discouraged particularly by the disappointment of the younger readers. So now she's been writing this
I
Harry
can't
Potter.
freaking wait, man.
What do you think they're going to do
Christ.
with it, though?
She'll have. Well, here's the bad thing.
I would say you pick up with those characters.
No, that's already been done.
No, I heard that they went forward in time, but you could still like
The whole
here's
James Potter series, which is fan fiction, which it's not been sold, it's just been released.
Mhm.
But 3 books have been released for that. So she may have to do a prequel because everybody knows that story.
Well, good for her. She needs more money.
Dude, I will be the first
gotta
in
be
line.
about
I'll be the first in line to
I
go.
know you son of a bitch. You'll pre-order it. You'll
Oh hell yeah!
nipples hard when
And
he
here's
answers
what's
the
so
door.
bad about that.
Ooh.
I saw these adults reading that. I'm like, what the hell, man? And then Chris Albro put me. He was like, you need to read that, man. And Goblet of Fire was already out. They were already 4 books in. And so I read the first one. I got hooked. I'm like, what the hell?
son.
Harry Potter is like crack.
Dude, you
for Zach.
should see my basement, dude.
Oh, Jesus.
It's insane.
Do you have any troll memorabilia since they're the Harry Potters in that as well?
No. But just
You are aware of that, though, right?
Yeah,
And
just you'll
Harry,
have to.
Harry
You'll have
Potter
to.
is a gateway drug.
You'll have to come over and check out.
You're one more novel away from sucking the glass
Well, and
dick.
what's so
Nerd
bad
killer.
is, well, here's the thing.
Smoking
I'm
the
a
glass
prop.
dick is what
I'm a
meant to
prop collector, so I collect like props from the movies or stuff that you saw in like a store, something obscure. So it's
I'd like to see your nerd cave.
was that and Indiana.
I just don't,
Yeah, I bet you would.
I just don't want to die there.
Well, no, it's Indiana Jones and National Treasure. You know, it's
Yeah.
and you know, it's like
Speaking of which, we're going to talk about a very cool prop that you made a little bit later in the show.
Yep.
That we're going to do something awesome with.
Yep.
I
Daniel, keep going.
have Vin Diesel is been approached by Marvel to do a project. Now, he's now stated that the project will not be until Phase 3, which is a long, long way down the road.
Phase 3.
But he described it as a potential merging of brands. So, like, what does that mean?
Triple X is going to join the
General Big Mills
join
and
the
Nabisco.
Avengers.
Are we going to see Riddick, like, in the freaking Marvel universe?
That would be awesome.
Like, so little Fast and
The
Furious.
Fast and the Riddick.
I hear Riddick is awesome. Go see that flick.
Fast and the Furious with Punisher and Daredevil.
Hey,
Like,
Kick-Ass 2 was awesome too.
not.
What?
but here's my other thing. It's Disney, they have Marvel, they have Star Wars. You don't think they would do that, do you?
No.
Do a merged universe of that?
No.
That
I
would
think
be
Disney
too
owns
far out.
actually owns the U.S. at this point. They own our government.
And then Ken will own Disney.
All right, one other thing I want to talk about. This isn't exactly news, but I want to
What the hell are you
discuss.
talking
It's a
about?
rumor then, right?
I want to discuss. Well, it is news, but it's not news. I want to discuss some of the shows ending. All of our good shows are ending right now.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad's almost done. Dexter's almost out. Burn Notice is almost over.
Nope.
Futurama just ended, which I haven't kept up with Futurama in a while personally.
Psych's getting ready to go. Warehouse 13.
Yep.
There's a lot
Actually,
of
no, I
stuff.
don't know about Psych. I'm hoping it's not going to go. Do any of you guys watch
I've
Psych?
I've
not
seen
watched
some
it.
of it. I haven't. I meant
great-
to watch it.
The references to 80s pop culture is insane.
Really?
I've watched some of the first season
And they
and I
pull
like
in a
it.
bunch of they pull in a bunch of people from. John Rhys Davies was on there. They had
Oh,
a
yeah.
Lost
Yeah.
Ark episode.
They did a Twin Peaks deal too.
Oh
didn't
yeah, and they pulled in everybody from Twin Peaks.
I haven't watched it, but I'll
They
give it a
went,
shot.
it was called Dual.
It's not-
It was called Dual Spires.
Spires.
It was awesome. I just got a big nerd erection when I watched it. It wasn't that big. But
Wasn't like that.
Twin Peaks could use a reboot.
I never
Yeah.
watched that show.
It's
I couldn't
actually
get
pretty
into
good.
it. The whole dwarf that
Well,
goes
it's
backwards.
almost too soap opera. Like
They
that's
did
my
a
problem
porn.
with
They
it.
did a mock-porn of that. Really, I think that existed.
really?
Yeah, Twin Peaks.
Wow.
Actually,
Is that all you have?
That's all I got.
I saw one yesterday for a Family Guy. Like a Family Guy.
Family Guy porn?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it animated?
No, it's real life. Lois is pretty hot too.
All right. So looks like Warner Brothers is going to be planning yet another contemporary reimagining of one of the H.G. Wells' more famous tales, Island of Dr. Moreau.
Mm.
And
I can't get over the South Park representation of that.
Leo DiCaprio's production company, Appy and Wade Banner, is going to be taking it over. And
Right.
has anybody seen some of the other ones? Do you see the Val Kilmer, Marlon Brando version?
Yeah.
No, actually, I didn't.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, and remember in South
It's
Park, though,
Adrian-
they have
Adrian
those
Brody.
little...
Yeah.
And then, but the most famous one was Burt Lancaster and Michael York.
Right.
That was the big one. Then Bela Lugosi and Charles Lawton. That was one of the first ones. So that was the first one I saw, and I was like, eh.
It's such a weird concept, period. Like,
I thought it was. I was thinking werewolves and stuff, but they're actually making animals into humans.
Mhm.
So that's all right. So just over a month, the Grindhouse sequel, Machete Kills,
Machete.
will hit theaters with Danny Trejo back as the badass Mexican.
You know, it looks so over the top.
I cannot
think
wait.
It'll be cool.
The fact that Lady Gaga is in there in disguise.
I gotcha. Listen.
She comes in as Cuba Gooding Jr., Sofia Vergara, Amber Heard, and Vanessa Hudgens, and Antonio Banderas. She's disguised as
Mel Gibson too.
Mel Gibson's the bad boy
It's
in that.
insane, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait.
I heard he actually grew the Hitler stash for the piece.
he,
Like,
everybody looks good in it. Like,
Oh.
it looks legit.
All right, so Marvel wants female-centric superhero films they're trying to push those, and they're eyeing Katie Sackhoff to possibly play Captain Marvel
But
or
you-
Miss Marvel.
Really?
You know, they already said that won't happen until Phase 3 at least.
I know.
What is Phase 3? What are you talking about?
Okay, Phase 1 was all of the movies that
Okay.
led up to
The
the
Avengers.
Avengers. So then Phase 2 is all of
The
the movies that
Avengers.
lead up to the Avengers 2.
Okay.
So we're talking like 2014,
All right.
more like 2015, 2016.
All right, let me do my list.
Okay,
All right,
now
so we're gonna.
this is interesting that you would just bring this up randomly, but I will say that we are approaching Halloween, and we are big, huge, gigantic fans of Halloween. Like Halloween is my favorite time of the year.
Oh yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
I don't give my kid his presents on Christmas. I don't do the fat man routine.
No.
No, he gets them on
I
Halloween.
do the Great Pumpkin.
Satan.
A Dark
Yeah.
Lord.
That's who we worship around my house. But seriously, no, the huge horror fan, and you have something that you've put together. Now, this is your list, correct?
Right. Yeah. Well, no, this is actually kind of a mishmash of different sites, but this is basically my list. Yeah.
Okay, well, this is good. This is good to start the Halloween season off.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So starting with number 10, these are 10 groundbreaking horror films that changed scary movies forever. And so
Okay.
I'll go backwards. Number 10, Alien.
Alien. Oh, that's a great flick.
Basically a
And
haunted,
a lot of people would argue that that's sci-fi, but I feel like it's a.
haunted house in space.
I'll tell you another movie that doesn't get enough credit as a horror film is Predator.
Oh yeah.
Predator's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Predator's borderline a
Scared the-
slasher flick.
Scared
Dude.
the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I always love the concept that like he would match weapons with you.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't.
Sorry, go on.
All right, Night of the Living Dead, number 9.
That's a good one. Yep.
That was an indie horror film before
I
indie
mean,
horror films hit it big, basically.
That's the start
That
of
started
all
all
of
of it.
this. All this
Okay.
Walking Dead. And
Number
everything.
8, Psycho.
Right.
That was postmodern deconstruction of a horror film before it was a thing. Like Scream,
Right.
has done that.
A little crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
It was the
You
barrier.
when you first saw
between-
that, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's not starting off as a horror movie,
right.
and then it's like it just has this big flip.
Complete.
big
Hitchcock
turn.
was the master. So.
Oh yeah. Have you guys ever seen Frenzy?
Nope.
It's
I don't guess
about
I
a.
haven't.
It's about. It's in color. He films it all in the UK, and it's about a guy who's wrongly accused of being a strangler.
Right.
Ends up being his best friend.
Ah.
It's such a good movie. When they do the Alfred Hitchcock
Well,
things
check
here,
that out, sir.
they do Alfred Hitchcock the marathon here at the Palace Theater.
Yeah. I saw
They're
that.
not playing it this year, but you need to check it out. Rear Window, another freaking great movie.
Right on.
All right, number 7, Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Nosferatu. Yeah.
No sound, just visuals.
That's essentially the first
It's-
Dracula.
First
Now, I've seen more often. I've seen the remake with
Klaus Kinski.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nosferatu's creepy, dude. I mean, I remember watching it as a kid, and it's
Oh, and just Max Schreck.
got a
It's,
very-
that hit just the shadow of
Yeah.
him. It was just freaking.
I saw there was they had like one of those industrial bands do a audio.
oh yeah, to the.
Do you know?
Oh
who
yeah,
that is?
yeah.
I can't remember.
They
who
did
it was.
that, and they did one for Phantom of the Opera too. It was
Yeah?
Yes, as a dude.
I
Tony
can't
Wakeman.
remember. I know
Tony
who it is.
Wakeman, or not Tony Wakeman, maybe Tony Wakeman from Yes.
Yeah,
But,
something like that. It was
All
cool.
right, number 6, Jaws.
Could not even take a bath for like 2 weeks. I watched it as a kid, dude. It was terrifying. Scary film.
It said other films utilize Jaws' visual vocabulary subconsciously. They just do. I mean,
It was a masterful flick, dude.
Yeah, and and it's funny looking back and seeing all the issues they had with it. It still scares the crap out of people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course, one of my favorites is when he shoots back.
Yeah,
Away
you're gonna need a
from
bigger
it.
boat. Number 5, and this is a lot of people probably would go against me on this, but Blair Witch Project.
No, I won't go. I won't. It's a
it
great.
has its place.
It's that found faux footage documentary.
That's-
and
it
that
was
wasn't
the
even the
first
well. The
that
last
really.
well, here's the thing. Last broadcast was before that. And it was
Right.
about the Jersey Devil, and it just didn't take off like this
Right.
one did because this had the promotion that the last
The
broadcast.
Blair Witch was creepier though, dude.
But yeah, that last moment, dude's in the corner, and you're just like, what?
And what sucks about it though, and this is why people would argue with you, it really only works once.
Yeah.
You've seen it the first time.
Yeah, and then you see
You
something.
try and go
I
back.
disagree. That's a once a year at Halloween watch for me.
I don't know about a
Well,
once
it's
a year.
hard to get through.
Maybe once every 3
because you
or
know what's
4
gonna
years.
happen at this point. You're like, I can't stand
Well,
watching
let's
this because
be
it was
honest.
again.
Not much really happens. Like it's all a lead up to a dude standing in a corner.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all need weed in your life. All right, go on.
All right, number 4, Godzilla.
Godzilla.
And here's the reason why. American Cut made it a cheesy joke, but the original cut was a different film altogether. And it giant monster runs amok, nature takes takes revenge type of thing. But if you've ever seen the original Japanese version, it was much more.
I love Godzilla anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, number 3, and I'm kind of a Universal Monsters fan. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
As long as you're not talking about the Robert De Niro.
You know
No, this is the Boris Karloff version.
of all of the movies or all of
I kind of like Bride better though.
All of the classic.
Jennifer.
I like Young Frankenstein.
No, Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, I thought you meant the Bride.
Not the
with
Bride.
Sting.
No.
Of all the Universal monsters, like Frankenstein has never been my favorite, just because I don't find him that creepy. Like, oh, he's a dead body. Oh, and he likes girls. And
It's not really. It's more of he's a tortured.
Yeah,
character.
he's alone in the world. He doesn't have anybody that's like him. But that's the first thought.
Pick up a chainsaw and murder some villagers.
Well,
sir.
speaking of chainsaw, that's my second one. Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Speaking.
Do you know why I picked that one over Halloween? It
Why?
beat Halloween to the punch as far as indie film.
I'll give you that.
It came out before Halloween.
I like Halloween better.
I
didn't say I liked it better as far as groundbreaking, because by the time that you saw Halloween, it was like.
I put Halloween and Psycho almost together because they, as a team, created the slasher genre.
Okay, and then number 1, I know,
Profound.
again, most people would be Halloween, wouldn't be number 1.
Yeah.
For me, it was The Exorcist.
That's good. Yeah, and I understand that, but my only problem with that is, if you're a Christian, the movie's terrifying. If you're not, it's like smother her with a pillow.
It was still kind of unrelenting in its brutality.
It's a creepy flick. The whole with the cross thing, and
with just the cold air when they walk in and you just see their breath and stuff. It's like, why is it so freaking cold?
It's a creepy flick. I will give you that, but I think it only works on that one. Of course, back when it came out,
It scared the shit out of everybody. It didn't matter if you're a Christian or not. You were like. My uncle was in the Coast Guard, and he said they were in their barracks, and they went and all saw the movie together. Nobody was.
And don't get me wrong, I love me some Jesus. I do. I just don't. It never really terrified me on that. Like all the possession movies, they've just gotten so bad. Like all of them. Like even The Conjuring, and I don't want to give it away, but have you seen it?
I've not watched it yet.
They go a possession angle with it towards the end, and it's just that stuff just.
Well, that's what they did with the possession. It was supposed to be the Dybbuk box, and it ends up, and they change it around. It ends up being a little girl getting possessed, and it lost something.
You were talking about Frankenstein with a chainsaw. It comes up with a cool concept I always thought would be good as a movie. Is that like all the Universal monsters come back today, but they have to readapt to be scary to a new audience. So they pick up chainsaws.
Because everybody loves them now. Watch Hotel Transylvania.
Right.
Everybody loves the monsters.
Right. So like you would have to come back, like maybe Drax starts doing his Saw thing,
Well, now they tried to revive that a little bit with
do Dracula Saw.
I'm trying to channel it. It would be something like. How does he start his thing? Give it.
Good evening.
Yeah. There you go.
go.
Good evening. I don't know. I can't do it. See, you built me up, and now the last time I did Dracula was actually during sex, and that's been a while.
Listen to them, the children of the night. What sweet music they make.
There is a key, and then to get the key,
you must go into your eye.
There you go. Zach kind of got
Thank you, Zach, for saving that. I didn't have it in me today.
You guys used to watch the Pink Panther.
Yeah,
they had a version of it with Dracula. It's a little miniature Dracula. It was called Pink Plasma. And the Dracula would go around going blah 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 blah. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That reminds me of those things in I think it's Eureka's Castle. Did you ever see that? They call them the Bogs. It's kind of like the Yip Yips, and from Sesame Street.
Nice.
I don't know why I went there with that.
Oh man, Eureka's Castle.
I've got some WTF news here real quick before we wrap for today.
What we got?
This is pretty interesting. Outrage as toy company creates crystal meth lab for children with breaking bread. That's a new show.
Porno.
I know, Breaking Bread.
If you're a Christian, it's Breaking Bread.
Breaking Bad play sets. Children can now build their own drug dens.
I missed your wife, Mommy.
With a shocking new play kit inspired by TV show Breaking Bad. The sellout
Say
kit,
my name.
Is this
branded
Fisher Price?
Super Lab, lets any child or adult recreate Walter White's notorious crystal meth lab, complete with protective masks, drug paraphernalia, figurines, and a version of the car from the show. Infants can even reenact scenes from the series. That's brilliant.
I love that.
I think all children should.
I want to
own
be
one of those.
Mike.
I want to be Jesse.
Oh, dude, Mike was the coolest, man. All right, Matthew, there's still hope. This comes from overseas. A woman wants to have sex with 100,000 men. This is a goal of hers. 21-year-old Ania Liwuska from Poland. I'm not going to pronounce her last name.
How's that your...
She's Polish.
Lazuska.
Despite having a serious boyfriend, Jesus, really? I didn't read that. So she's attached. Her goal is to sleep her way through Europe. No, she doesn't want to have it in a lot of countries. She just wants to have sex in her own continent. And her quest is to shag 100,000.
Now, okay. See, here's my problem with this. If you're going to go that route...
They said they did the average of how many...
I can get behind this. This woman's doing God's work.
But she'd be having to do it, like, nonstop without sleeping.
Well, and either way, I can't get behind it because it said in her own continent. If you're going to do that, at least get a variety of men. Get a black guy, an Irish guy, Hispanic. At least get the different flavors.
Irish? What?
Like, am I going to eat like 1,000 ice cream sandwiches, or am I going to like have a drumstick every once in a while?
What you going to do? Just travel from continent to continent, ma'am? There is theming all over.
They already made this. They already made this movie. It's called The Happy Hooker.
Stick together. All right.
It's going to be impossible. She's not going to be able to do it.
To follow your Harry Potter bit. Teenage exorcists who say Harry Potter has corrupted the world are heading to Britain armed with Bibles and holy water to tackle the hotbed of occult activity.
Are they going to go down
Look at these chicks. Look at them right here. Look, these are the girls.
They're actually kind of hot.
I bet they are very hot.
The stunning American teens with black belts in karate, and they spend their weekends battling demons. No, it's not a plot of Buffy the Vampire. Jesus, I need to pull something out of my mouth. This wholesome trio are actually professional exorcists and have come to London with a suitcase full of Bibles and holy water, intent on banishing dark forces.
Look at them, and tell me if this is not a promotion for something.
The threesome from Arizona believes the J.K. Rowling's best-selling fantasy series are dangerous, and that Britain has become a hotbed of occult activity.
Why aren't they going after J.R.R. Tolkien then?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or
did you say
inspired by their religious beliefs, the young women believe loose morals are the prime cause of demonic possession, and that promiscuity can transmit sexually transmitted demons the same as physical infections transmitted. So that's just the absolute most ridiculous bunch of shit I've ever heard in my life.
They're still hot. That's redeeming. That's one redeeming quality.
Well, right. I got something they can exercise.
Napalm's hot too, but I wouldn't stick my dick in it.
Yeah. And last but not least, the first man in Brazil to actually marry a goat.
I believe I can fly.
Former stonecutter, I can't pronounce it.
Come here, goat! Look it up. He's a stonecutter?
74 has decided to end his solitude.
What does that mean?
And marry his pet goat, Carmelita. The wedding is scheduled for the 13th of October in Igreja do Diabo, or the Devil's Church. Perfect. In the city of Juiz, Brazil.
Does he kill it afterwards?
No, he says she doesn't speak and doesn't want money. Says the father of 8 children.
Nice.
Mr. Castaldo.
So he's had a wife. He's just moved on.
Mr. Calstado, who has been in love with the pet for more than 2 years, promised that the marriage may or may not be consummated.
May or may not.
The widower said, whenever someone says I'm doing something wrong, I reply that the goat does not speak, does not ask for money to go shopping, and doesn't get pregnant. And she can't talk.
So, okay, going back, when we say stonecutter, like, are we talking like diamond stones, or does he just go out back and cut on stones?
He probably cuts stones.
It's a real profession.
He probably cuts stones.
I don't know what a stonecutter is.
He probably cuts stones from mills.
Okay, so like bricks.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so there's a little interspecies
Custom bricks.
erotica
He's a
for
custom brick maker.
If I had my choice, it'd be a goat.
Yeah, I bet it would.
You get your goat cheese, you get your goat milk,
Zach's such a bad boy.
and you get your goat loving.
He likes it from behind.
I don't want to picture
I
goat
like 'em
loving.
with the beards.
Jesus Christ. Had nothing to do with that marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we're coming to the end of our program tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope we've been informative. And let's tell them a little bit about the contest that we're having. Now, this is very, very, very cool. If you're a friend of ours on Facebook, or if you're not, get ready because you're about to have the opportunity to get your hands on something very cool and become our friend.
All right, so I've made...
Got to put pictures up here of this,
yeah,
too.
we'll put pictures of it up here. But I've made a vampire killing kit. It's an emergency vampire kit. You know,
I've seen this thing. It is insanely cool,
all
dude.
the bug out bags that people have. There's nothing for vampires out there.
No.
So I've made two different versions. One's kind of a deluxe version, and one's a smaller version. So
Very cool. It's got like authentic stakes and holy
stakes,
water.
holy water, mirror, exorcism prayer.
Yeah.
Do you go get legitimate holy water?
They have to fill that themselves, but
Well,
they can fill the bottles with that.
Get your own damn holy
It would make
water.
it hard to ship it if you know.
You
Yeah,
could have just got it from the tap and
You got
lied.
fluids, you got fluids in this. Yeah, but you gotta get.
Like, what if they actually hunt a vampire and they're like, this doesn't work?
No,
this
no,
one's
it's just
bullshit."
sending fluids through the mail. It's just kind of rough to do.
Yeah.
Is it? I
Yeah.
know it is because I've been trying to get
Sending
some
protein samples.
Quit
from Brazil for a long time.
Quit sending them 2-liter bottles full.
So how's the contest going to go?
The contest.
It's a giveaway.
Well, let's do this. Let's say check out our Facebook page, give it a like, and when you see the promotion, we're going to put up a promotion for the box giveaway. When you see that, like it and share it on your page. And
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, yeah. And let's say the first 250 people that like and share, we'll be entered into a drawing to win the box. And the box is very cool. I think something like that that's
What's in the
handmade
box?
would retail for several $100.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
one of
beautiful
them's
piece.
one of them's disguised as a book, a giant book, probably
War and Peace.
War and Peace, yeah.
Badass, dude.
And
Very,
the other
very
one
cool.
is a kind of like a cigar box that's got the cross on it. Well, you can see it up here. It's
If you're a fan of the vampire genre, this is something very, very cool that you don't want to miss out on. So
hells no.
it's a cool little contest, and it helps us spread nerdy love around the world. And
Because who
gain
doesn't want a
some-
vampire hunting kit?
I want one. I would tell. Why don't
I'll
you
make you one,
Give
man.
me one for my birthday. It would make me very happy. So check us out on Facebook. Like us. Also check out www.fandomfest.com. We are sponsored in part by them, and they are great people. They put on an awesome convention here in Louisville, Kentucky every year. So give them a shout out and a like on Facebook, and stay tuned because we got more cool stuff coming. A lot of new videos, and we're gonna even start doing some skits and some
Yep.
other stuff in the
Yep.
next week or so.
Yep.
So. Good stuff. My name's Sam Cornett, and I'm your host of this crazy thing called Nerdosphere.
Zach Schuler.
Dan Nations, and I just want to add, if you ever stake a vampire and you're not sure and they're actually human, throw some sprinkles on them. Throw some glitter. Some
Trying to
glitter.
say sprinkle some crack on it.
Sprinkle some glitter.
Oh yes, you mean
Sprinkle
like
some glitter.
okay.
Sparkles.
It's everywhere.
Sparkles. Fairy dust.
That's
Fairy
I
dust.
mean like egg
Sparkles.
sprinkles.
I
I was
got
like,
you.
I don't understand.
This vampire's
He's got
delicious.
sprinkles on him. He's obviously a vampire.
He's glazed.
That's going to do it for us tonight, folks. Remember, nerd responsibly. Have a good
Peace
night.
out.
Peace.